So now get into you transfer to the task force. You are there, except for the very end of your career. You're there for 19 years. Um, what are you working on?
Everything. I mean, we spent so much time on the street. I mean, Link can tell you, you were on the street so often. There was so much action,
Yeah. So
and it could be anywhere from ounces to pounds to kilos.
so as a task force, I always found it. I mean, just you were into everything, right? So tell me what the difference is between working a regular enforcement group with DEA and then going to a task force.
Probably what I would kind of, not 100% describe it as, much faster pace, smaller cases, smaller seizures, short term versus long term.
Mm-hmm.
But what you made of your case was up to you. You have to remember, nobody's telling you you need to walk this through the DA's office or you need to walk this through the U.S. Attorney's office. That's your decision.
Yeah.
So when me, as the agent, is developing my cases, that was my choice.
Yeah.
So if I wanted to spend more time developing my case and making a better case out of it so that I could take my case to the U.S. Attorney's office, that was my choice. Very few of the locals that I worked with, that appealed to them because the U.S. Attorney's office was so difficult to work with.
Yeah.
Hey, they could go over to the DA's office. They were treated like people. They weren't looked down upon, or um, I had a couple guys that would local cops that would deal with the U.S. Attorney's office, and I was fortunate to work with an El Cajon PD cop that was he ended up spending 10 years on our team, which that was the only time his agency ever let somebody. But he was a phenomenal cop,
Yeah.
phenomenal cop, and I got to work with him on quite a few cases that were, I mean, great seizures.
But as far as your career, I mean, you got to think for the reason you got into the job, a task force is probably heaven for you.
It was.
Yeah.
We were, I mean, who wants to sit behind a desk?
Right.
And I mean, this is my opinion.
Yeah.
Who wants to sit behind a desk? We can be out there,
No,
kicking ass, taking
that's
names.
the whole reason to do the job. I don't
Yeah,
want to sit at a desk. I don't
yeah.
want to.
And I didn't promote because I
Right.
never wanted to sit behind a desk. I didn't want to put on a shirt and a tie.
Uh-huh.
That was the absolute last thing I wanted to do.
Yeah.
The street was it for me.
Right.